In 1981, a very young entrepreneur began a 5-year apprenticeship with a gentleman who owned a grafting company based in Visalia, California. Well, that 5-year apprenticeship turned into a 40-year career for this young entrepreneur. And not for 1 second have I regretted making it my life's work. During that 5-year apprenticeship, I started my own business, and 5 years later, I hired a young man who would become my foreman and has now worked with me for 35 years. In these photos you see here, we are literally showing off the fruits of our labor. We had done a grafting project for a little wine producing company some of you may have heard of called E&J Gallo. We had done about 300 acres for them, and we grafted them in the spring, and then that fall they picked 4 tons of the acre, and that's just unheard of. They just don't do that on a graft, so we were kind of heroes that year. We've been zeros too, but that time we were heroes. The largest project that Victor and I have taken on was 800 acres for E&J Gallo. We grafted the whole thing, I believe, to Chardonnay, and that was quite a project. There was 1,000 vines to the acre, and I had 50 people on the payroll for 6 weeks. But that project, coupled with what we did here in Washington State that year, we put in over 1 million grafts. So that had kind of been our goal, and we achieved that early on, and I'm glad I did it, and I don't ever want to do it again. But it was good. It's all been good. We started grafting on March the 2nd of this year, and we are just now winding down. We're bringing this season to a close. I thought Saturday was going to be our last job yesterday, but one of our clients has booked a couple more jobs with us, so we're going to get that wrapped up next week, and then we're going to untarp the old dirty dozen and get it back into the shop and get busy on that. And this video is not about grafting, believe it or not. I just kind of wanted to let you know what I've been up to for the last few weeks, and that it's coming to a close, and we're going to get back to handling some rusty gold. I do believe my pants are on fire. Looks like my chair's on fire. I believe my table's on fire. Oops! Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Waylon Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel. Well, now what's that old redneck up to? We don't know. But he's got the overalls in the dryer. We know that. And we know we're using a big hammer. It's a serious business because we're using a big hammer and a donut. Más arriba over here. Perfecto. Oh, you got a good eye, Victor. That's perfect, man. Let's weld it up. And the one thing you always want to remember, kids, is to make a lot of sparks and weld right next to the gas tank. Donut. My window faces almost halfway to heaven. My window faces south. Wonder where the other one is. Oh, already lost it. Alright, Victor. Shove it in there. Let's see what happens. Stab it, man. Stab it. Otro. Oh, wow. Boy. We gotta. Careful, it's hot. Okay. Is that gonna work? Is that thing gonna go? Okay. We gotta drill that out a little bit. 2 meters? Yeah. You call me cool arrow? 2 meters? Oh, too little. Okay, Victor, where's your little pin? It's kind of warm. How about that? Perfect. And like I said, you don't have to pull very much weight and you don't have to go very far. It's never going to leave the farm, but it's good enough for hauling manure from the neighbor's house. And that's its destiny. Well, let's hook up the trailer, Victor. I'm anxious to see it work, how it works. What do you think?
Okay.
Listo?
We need some light.
Here's the light. A little dark out there. That's all right. Well, you don't mind. We got one headlight, I think. Low. We can flip it over. Oh, looks pretty good. If we need to, we can flip this over like you had it.
Yeah.
You know, and that'll pick it up. Bingo! We got a low tire?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, I wonder if it'll hold there. Let's see if it'll hold there. My window faces the south. Man, Dakota is a lost planet airman. Window faces south. $32 pounds. Right there. Huh?
Nice.
Moss? 40, 42?
Yeah.
Oh, yo Benzos. 32. You're probably right. $15.
50.
Me to read a man. It was empty. Oh, 40. No, 20. 22. Just shy of 30. 35. 30. 32, man. Okay. I won't need these lights, but I'll deal with that tomorrow. I'm going to tell the story about this little trailer. Beautiful little trailer. When I was in California, grafting, when Victor and I were grafting hundreds and hundreds of acres of grapes down there, I borrowed this little trailer one time. The gentleman who I did an apprenticeship with and taught me the grafting business 40 years ago, exactly this year. 40 years ago I started. His father had this little trailer, and I asked if I could borrow it to go to Fresno. We were working out of Reedley or Visalia, Drum Valley, somewhere down there, and I asked him if I could borrow that because I needed to go to Fresno and pick up a pallet of that grafting paint that we use, and it comes 36 5-gallon cans to a pallet. And this year we went through almost 3 pallets. One year I went through 10. So a lot of paint. Anyway, I got back with this little trailer and I said, man, Walter's Krause is the guy who built it and owned the trailer. It was his son that taught me this business, Jim. But I said, Walter, that is a beautiful little trailer and it's perfect width for that pallet of paint. I could really use a trailer like that. Is there any way you would want to part with that trailer? Would you be interested in selling that trailer? And he goes, oh, no, I couldn't sell that trailer. Well, then he told me the story behind it. And when he got out of the service, Army, I think, he was in the Army, and this was a common thing to happen back in the 40s. He went to school on the GI Bill and learned how to weld. Went to welding school. And this is the first project that he took on after he learned how to weld. He built this trailer. So I totally understood why he wouldn't want to sell it. And it's just a family heirloom and keepsake and all that. And I knew that he would want to pass that down to his boys. And he's one of his sons, like I said, being the gentleman who taught me the business. But many years later, 30 years later, after I asked him about it, one of his sons lived here, and we were really good friends, and I was visiting with him one time, and I told him that story about how I'd borrowed this trailer and wished to buy it, and he had this big grin on his face the whole time I was telling John Krause's story. And when I finished my story, he said, well, the last time I was down there, my dad gave me that trailer, and I have it. And he was so proud. He had this big grin on his face, and I was happy for him, proud for him. So yeah, this was built in 1952. Walter built this trailer the year I was born. So what a history, you know, family history with this trailer. So I don't know how many years ago now, 6 or 8 years ago, I guess it's been. My good friend, dear friend John Krause passed away. And his son came to me and said, you know, we know the story behind this trailer, and the family wants you to have it. So they gave me this trailer. And I'm very proud to own this trailer, and I'm proud of the history that it carries with it. It really means a lot to me. And, you know, I'm kind of an old guy myself, and I hope I get to use it a while yet. And I don't know quite where to pass it down, who to pass it down to. But we'll figure that out, I guess. Anyway, that's the story of this beautiful little trailer. And tomorrow I'm going to take it up to my neighbors with this little hoopty here. And Victor will drive the tractor up there, or one or the other. And we're going to load this thing up with some good old rotted horse manure. My neighbors have horses, and we're going to take one load down to my daughter-in-law to put in her garden boxes that I built for her, because I spoil her rotten, and anything that Pinky wants, she just has to mention it and Pappy's on it. So that's just how that goes. So that's the story of the little 1952 trailer. It's been refurbished many times, but it's in pretty good shape right now.